Mama Premoto, Yamamo Haya Mama Kwaba Haya TV XYZ Totien Cow Power 97.9 FM Radio XYZ 93.1 Brasso, Yen Samudwaya Buano, Amia Semufuaji Brewa Soso Kroji, the Somos area Prem to Bre, I can't Kasiebo and Cow Sense and Pain. Yet for your studio, see one number 37, Abbey Street to Sue, and an important more Volta Power 94.1 or Kasiebo, Ewo Ho Global FM, Ewo Ho Shop FM, Ewo Takra, then Strum FM, One Crown Quantabu FM, Ewo Jessica, Timan Mujinya me 107.7 or Sampa and 92.5 ewa for so Western Radio Welembele KFM or Bazangligi FM or Bole Rich FM was Simfo so High Radio 103.1 ewa Beche Muti Radio or Dambai Wempa Sampa Windy FM ewa Pusiga and an important Mobono FM ewa Sunyane Sunset Radio ewa Yos so Nyansapo 89.9 or Shama Gateway Radio ewa Kwanta South and Apo FM ewa Hafu Kenya se Niwase Radio ewo Kitikrache Sanso and Atom Local FM ewa Sasitre Enzema Elembele Vinci Radio TV Dunkwa ono fe Kasiebo Wamonso Ekremo Ebi Yekobi Maswa Apositi FM Mel Virginia Dice Radio ewo Italy Adamfopa Radio or Pari G Live Radio UK OPD Radio and so ewo UK Loud Silence TV Adama Multi TV Diggerbox so o share live na fe USA for most wenya kwenya na motiebi kwa internet neswa Radio SM online.com power and we are tuning so power 979 obeti enka eho na fe my xyzonline.com so semning na ye kuche ho ukwa obenya bi akenkan na wo said ye mo asem city information sentences so ade ma na wo nyina ekra ye Kasiebo mu ebie ye ko Facebook ne so a ye power 979 FM Radio XYZ 93.1 TV XYZ YouTube XYZ broadcasting semwa ewie yabo no de be so modoso de di mo akote ne bi ense
Presidential jet won senkaya nam so ama wa west mrashe medwane dia tudwa se hu behia se ye beto foforo e dia ma my Ghana
na ye no na hye ya wo show my Ghana ye pambo ho ensam so Ministry of Defense so dia tudwa se nche won bewie hu nsiesie adwuma na afi ya sa be dro my Ghana mu na edini dwuma se de se na efata
ye kopie mu e wo zabzugu mensinu emu a akuafo a wo mo domo enei wo mu sun satofo e ho ayeden ama wo mo
ene hurricane ya atwiniti Jamaica na oko South Sudan so antokantokwa ene ade ama no homne so ntino my Ghana bayan hyehyeye ama wode emmoa akwakoma sama imienu
Kionat won sankaye wo my Ghana mu kopie mu asante mantemu a ene iyoko Womo akwaje adishia 320 edi free womo nsem.
Na no ne ate nkrase Environmental Protection Agency EPA mpenu for won mobere mo asante mantemu a wodu ani ka kamiamia hodo ya galamse ni ade koso na womo banamane ne senkwanhia bia kosi enchechemo afri mpenu for ho aba edimu nsem besomo.
Na Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Ghana nei womo dia de sede ato aban anim se won sika bia kamu ewa amaya hodo atwa my Ghana ho ahia na ban nimramu na wonje mfama
Alisema mansemu ni afofo pina ka ho awie yatsa se de somo se area prem to break Kasiebo nyiwe ko bia dama ena womo ebo ye chidom yemfa sedama gentle step mother care ne wo bo ama ye manin tade na ode asiesie wo ho ye ma de mema de ni nyina bebo ama wo mo edwumadie makonkan ye bi wo gentle step ho e ho ye one stop shop in tudru ho a bibi e fa nkwada ho bia no obenya bia nsan wo free ho aba martin nsoboa ene etime twinufo sie breast pump nom ne ade wo ho a ni nyina so ebetumi Wantia yefia ni nchira ho na wo mo MY Spinters Road e ho na abehu wo mo chira kwa Obek Bogas Furniture woni Absa Bank no e na edi ehwani mo bo no so da from pa ya frɛ 0244238477 0244238477 and 0245681085 for friend penifo a wo benya wo mo ex natural mineral water yensu kroji ye wadwama so ya wonum bi ebo asiesie ni pedua no e ma ne ye kama ye sinsuo mankwa na se benye nsuo bia ne enom nsuo bi ohon ma ye galamse nsuo benom no na de oha na ebre wontia anum nsu papa ene ye ex ye de afa mfidie mu a ya so ye de stamp team so Ghana Hamelcom shops ahodo nyina mu kwa abenya bi ba ye fidie mu ha se nsu a wo be hu anka Robert Adepo no kese ba ko ha ye betu bia ma wo a wo koton wo nsu a wo de kosoma busua wo a wo de soma hoho ni nyina ba ye benya bia ma 0596273546 and 0596 273547 X natural mineral water or simply natural ebusuya mega cash lucky box eguso dendende ya enya semketo anene de mega cash ni moye de yes 5 games a wo betwa bia no wo stand a chance say ne achede pefu ya hyehyede agu paso no wo betumi enya bi na eye adwode bia no ya na ado ani ade eche na wahwe exports ne bi na wo hwa wo ko wani mu no na draw ne yeroli wo ho a osusu wo di bi mega cash lucky box star 426 star 5 hash star 426 star 5 hash twebi na edi prompt ne so na abewu say instant usika no dia na se odemu an se nwumeko yi afofo bi eka ho na wiei wo mobo echidom ye Kasiebo emo apesemakafo a yenso atena se so mo eyeme ama poma checheku mene
nana ajwa kwa ajwa
adishima yenshe ensem no se eno omanga na ma shebedwa atena se dada dwumadi ya wo mudie na oto nsade fraswafo ema wo mbesesen wo mahwe ho ne ma hodo ekoso ne nra ebi koso na bamboswafo abedi eche yera brujajemfie na duru ne so se nra obepie ga na ma shebedwa mu na nsem ba ko mienu bi ho a wode ho no yiyaba enra nsem no a obeyiya no nefa kese ejina ye presidential jet no a abandada ne ba ye o se access into the dwumenye yie enti private jets no ne ade no mo fa ya bo man ka ene hu sense bebre no na e wo so ba no be cheche mu sanse enkraba ese ahode nim enu ntine ye de ko se wo munye nsisi adwuma wo ho na samra emedi dwuma ntinra wo ba ya no be cheche mu no asese de akere anamo aye truo e wo sa presidential jet no se sa tiapo ebetumi aba my Ghana mu na mampani tu kwan ya wo de akosense e ya wo kofa commercial flight di tu kwan no ana se ne ho asemsi etiem na nra wode enchechemu ahodo eto mrashebedwemu wo mani mu no e no chese mprempren ade aka adwuma nketenkete bia wonom ebeyiye e wo ho na ese awie kura sipo na afewimhye no asa ba bedru Ghana ase na abo abedi ne dwuma se de se efata wonom extra edru final phase na adwuma no a wo mokoye wimhye no hunyina no final phase no edru ho na ne wo mo beye ni wo mo be check se bia ba bia de fa ngofu wo no egu no leak bia ni ho ana enti ye beye leak test e wo ba bia de fa ngo no egu no ye baako edi fofo nso a wo mo ebeye engine ground run we de toso miense no nso wo mo ebeye na fe wo mo hwese ye be penti lower wing panel na wo mo edi eto afa wiem ehunu sa afa die ye de fa wiem no how bi animu ansa na ye de aba na yera bojajemfi o church nsem ni mu edi ache wo mo Ghana mra shebedwe mu no sei eno ka no.
The Falcon 900 executive aircraft was ferried to Dassault Falcon services in Le Budget, France, on Tuesday, 11th March 2025, for the 24 monthly and 1,600 flying hours periodic inspection. This inspection is a mandatory airworthiness requirement that ensures that the main maintenance tasks and due list tasks compiled for the 24 monthly inspections have been completed and functional checks have successfully carried out.
Na oye no chese die dikra no amadwuma na se ache kakra ya enya maye ne se empenfo ehu se wo hwe baabi a ye de fa ngo egu no a na eniema ba ko mienu bi nhada enkoyi wo ho eno na ka ho bi ma ahyase no baabi a nanka wo so mo de adwuma no kosie e ma wiemhye ne timi eba no entumi ankwankodru ho na nso empempra ye kasa de sa nhyehyɛ ne ade ni hina no wo batumi ede egu akwan mu okira inspections ni ade nso so akokoso ya ni hina no edi adanse na atwa akwa wie se adwuma no enche wo mbewie na wiemhye no asa bedru mayimu.
Also, the reported corrosion spots detected within the aircraft fuel tanks, which affected the aircraft's delivery date, have undergone extensive repairs. These corrosion issues in the fuel tanks have since been resolved. However, in the course of the inspection, fuel leakages were observed from the right-hand wing tank. Unfortunately, after successfully repairing the section of the wing that experienced the leakages, other challenge was encountered while reinstalling the lower panel beneath the wing. This occurrence has resulted in further delay in the completion of the inspection. Mr. Speaker, following the difficulties encountered, Dassault Aviation invited the Falcon Wing original equipment manufacturer to the Dassault Falcon Services hangars to enable the OEM conduct an on-site assessment of the right-hand wing lower panel and provide independent technical recommendations aimed at expediting the repair and reinstallation process. The repair from the OEM has been successfully carried out, and the right-hand wing repair has also been completed. Mr. Speaker, upon the completion of this rectification, the aircraft has to undergo a leak test of the fuel tanks, a third engine ground run, painting of the wing lower panel, and finally an acceptance flight will be performed. Right Honorable Speaker, the Falcon 900 executive aircraft will return to Ghana after all the necessary tests.
Swafo abedi eche ya wohwe Ghana bambo ehonsem so yerabu jajemfe ena de sanse mikotu dwa wo my Ghana mrashibejefie
Yegusu ajinamu ewo presidential jet emu ensenkaye emu ana chese emrashibedwani de madehia wo mo ewo wa west eyonmunyamfo Peter Lanchana Tobu enwode etudwa ewo ni Facebook page so ese ye share account ne eye statement ahodo a defense minister yi edimu nsem ekwatudwa eba no presidential jet yi said ye hunsiesie ne ho nsenkaye ekwa wose eye kapa eno my Ghana yabo ewo eye presidential jet nkonde ni susu yemu no enko my Ghana edisika no koto eye jet fofora enka no bebo ye pa kamia yese presidential jet wo so hanum se na usiesie wi a ade beche no na fort foforo enso apio be foforo sini nyina no eye sika sa yeti company fofa hwehwe yengu akwam na yenkoto presidential jet foforo eno no beboa ama eba no government delegation no officials wo mo akontu ho senkan ya bibia etimi adeda eye na kwamu eno de sansen we eto eye edwasere be ye beboa na kwanya bedie ho nsama kwankan no sini papa yimu dia enka yento presidential jet foforo enfama on my Ghana if he said that ye we ya ene ye siesie wachina ne ye ni sei no sebe na bambo ho nsem bibia be kwa kama kamenti no yento foforo ne moa ema kwanya bedie ho nsem entimi emfa ne ntuma pa infra
Yento aso na yenko yenim ene Jamaica ena fe Cuba ene nkrafi waba ese hurricane bia bo e de fam kronimo ama ehonomo ehonsam na kwakwa bibie o sese dodo no am ena wo mani atutu aka wo nsam ho mo dabre mo madidie mo akwakwa bibie ho no nam so ama my Ghana ban kire se wo nso kakra wo betumi aye e de aso wo masinimo no o tu ho na mo ne senti ne wo maboaboa niema hodo no a wo mo de akoya doye e de ama eye Jamaica ene amaya eka ho sanso na Sudan nom ne de ka ho ho nso ya ntokwa ene ade tama ne homne so no emwa we ebi ko ede ama wo mo na dwumadie ya wo mo di ne ya wo gyina so na ode sa adoye ama Jamaica man no ene Sudan man no emu na Ghana mampanim ye wa John Dramani Mahama wo gyina so ede atudwa ya wo kyese o ma Ghana de ye be koso a na yata maya hodo ya ene wo mo ho akwa adwemu ana so makwa onyiyami yata wo meji se de be ya wo mo nso ebenya ahweka ene enije kakra si ni se uhwe eye South Sudan ene ne miamia hodo a se de ni okon ni ade ama ne homne so ne de ke ka ho no ama sisi o how kese pa ne ho kire ena ba beda ho ne senti ena o Ghana yetu na mona ene mani bia de ekota wo mochi eye nuane mattresses ahodo ena afi enuro ye bebo amo mapom de ho nsem akonkana yentie Ghana mampani ye Rajon Dramani Mahama ne nsem ni bia ode tudwa e wo dwumedie no ase.
We all know that as a result of climate change, extreme weather events are becoming very common. And for the Caribbeans and what we call the West Indies, hurricanes and such events have become like the game of Russian roulette. And one such was Hurricane Melissa, which made landfall on 28th October as a Category 5 storm, which is the highest category of a hurricane you can have. And you can imagine the kind of devastation that it wreaked on Jamaica, and from Jamaica continued on to Cuba. Hundreds of people have lost their lives and is still counting. There are other people who are missing who have not been accounted for. But the devastation in property will run into billions of dollars. And as Honorable Foreign Minister said, Ghana has a tradition of solidarity and compassion. And so in addition to what he referred to with Guinea and Congo, we also extended assistance to Japan by shipping cocoa products to Japan when they had the tsunami at that time. And so there's another gesture. 3 countries are going to benefit: Jamaica, which is the hardest hit, and then Cuba, but also our colleagues in Sudan. We have 2,400 bags of produced in Ghana rice. And 540 bags of sugar. Commander Sugar Factory is not working, so we couldn't get made in Ghana sugar, but 540 bags of sugar, 377 boxes of assorted medication, 1,500 mattresses, 500 pillows, 100 cartons of Gary mix. I don't know how many of you know Gary mix. It's just fortified Gary with milk and sugar. 50,000 pieces of T-shirts, 20-footer container, 3 20-footer containers of assorted chocolates and cocoa products, and 20 pieces of 500-liter water storage tanks, 20 pieces of hand wash stations, 10 pieces of emergency portable toilets, and assorted clothing. These humanitarian items are worth about 10 million Ghana cedis and are going to be distributed in the following ratio. 50% of the products are going to Jamaica, 30%.
Abusia Ghana mampani yewa John Dramani Mahama ene yete sensem no wadi mu nchemu ebe no achi no Jamaica wo high commissioner ya wono so ewo mai Ghana mu Lincoln George Dona wono so da Ghana mampani ne o mai Ghana se ese wo makwa hunhihie mu na o mai na hunu se ewo so mo beso wo masene mu osa akwan no so.
This Hurricane Melissa, which affected all of us, was really tremendous, and for us in Jamaica, it devastated half of our 14 parishes. And I'm pleased to note that we have begun the relief efforts and the rebuilding efforts, and we have a support platform called Support Jamaica.gov.jm, which is the only official platform for government, and that platform even has ability for persons to volunteer their services. I also just wish to, again, on behalf of my colleague ambassadors and the government and people of Jamaica, of Cuba, and Sudan, just thank you once again, Mr. President, and the businesses, the Ghanaian businesses and people of Ghana for this wonderful contribution.
Na nina emono piwak natural health ya woman so na hwe yese local rice na de ka ho ne bebo bia no ne de akoka ho bia ma doye no aye kwakoye ne ma na timi akoyi no no so e kasa de ato abayanim sa abadama wonko so na eba enyuma hodo ye wo my Ghana mu a wo mo so ye bi dia bo na e be so so wo mo mfe ne wo mo mfe abo wo mo se de be yo benya na ye gina so na wo mo dwumadie mu no atumi akona ni mu Dr. Prince Mototi won na ye kwanchefo pani a oda piwak natural health no wono enegina simpie ni apaso a wode sanse mitudwa
ye ka emoa hu hia papa em say de ato enuanom Cuba for Sudan for ena Jamaica for ehun ko hia say oman no ye boa enti samo ye efri adidome locally made rice enti Ghana for yen so de betimi ye de aboa sa oman no enti de a ehun hia say Ghana ban so wo hwe na oboa ma Ghana nkura adwuma no obetimi hye mo kina na waboa ama Ghana etimi akonanim.
Usia Dr. Prince Mototi and it is what the Sansemi to Joanna the Quancher for Penny ya Piwak Natural Health or Dano woman at the 3P Abe Dramaso in T say oh my god ya koche Cuba Jamaica and Afin so I Sudan for more one way yes local rice femuno or be organize your be facility amia the akoni it is what the Sansemi to Idra.
Yadiani Tremo ewa tifido mantamno emu ana ye koza blugu mensino emu ekwiafo womo edomo nenei wana no dem efise womo si afi emu womo doye no asodoso na emu womo suro se womo betwa mo na be efise atofo eho ayeden ede ama womo enu to de adesrede eto aban nanim se womra mekọ womo muase de be ya womo mu a womo adono investment a womo aye no enkoye obreguo na Robert Bawa wono ena woye kasamafo ede mamwani agu akwiafo womo honoma womo edomo no ensem sei eno chechiremu edituja
availability of market is not there. As of now, we are harvesting the rice. We have to harvest the rice, sell some, pay for the labor cost. And now we are harvesting. There's no a single buyer. The combined harvesters are now on us. The few one we have, they are demanding money, and we can't pay. The storage is a big problem. When you go to the house, everywhere, bedroom, whatever, rice are occupying there, and for us, where to keep them is a big problem. So we are also appealing to government and benevolent organization, Ministry of Agri, to come to our aid and see if they could build a warehouse.
So we Robert Bawa wono ukopiemo ewe kwiafo a womo edomo ewe zablugu ene ne potemu a wono ena wada wona no ene wade adesede we eto mpanifo anim se mo no wo mado etwa no so do matwa amemo no ebuso ewo potemu na emom aka atofo na enu achiri no ena afa sharaz wono eyekwiani wo chirechirem ohaw ahodo a ekwiafo a womo domo ewo potemu no womo efemu.
The harvesting is our problem. Soy base is there, which we are going to use to farm. It's not there. Anything that we are here, we are now focusing on combined harvesting. They should come to our aid. Anybody who has the opportunity to help, should also come to help. And as we buy the fertilizers and other things, we are praying that they should come to our aid to harvest for us and also get buyers for us so that we can settle our bills.
Na chose we afa sharaz wono kwiani awodomo ewo zablugu mensino emo enomodi adesede we to mpanifo anim se harvesting ne de bibi ekona kwam nemom akatofo a wo meba beto enoban no ede ama wo mu.
Kanini nim say ade bi wo hono mo a enka mpanimfo yade bi a wadi wonche ko wanim kakra bi emfie aduana adunum hode kro no na nkasa yade no ubenya bi ti say diabetes no de ka ho nenso ene ababa da dwa say eniema sesa enti yade bi a ne esusuo say enka mpanimfo yade ne de ka ho ne mmofra ene nkwada wo nyina enya sa ha no bi a say ya me ani anko ya pomde ho ne ahwa ntoto ne ma de ha kese ena ebeba ene diabetes industry ne na Metabolic Society of Ghana ena wo mababo ntedia tudwa wo mo ekire se no kwase mie bibi koso a wo makoya abomde ekuwe de na wo so mo ka na enyira ye ne da ye ho so ne ehunu se de besi aboye ho ban de afa wo mo cha diabetes ye attack and say sichi yade no emu eye type 2 no ese de nkwada pa ena wo munya eye diabetes type 2 no a wo mo so se de bi eni wo kwase ba ne sa ade ani nya papa enunti ewo si nyina ye bobiem na 2025 annual general and scientific meeting ya womu ye won krahenra na womu president awode kuna no Professor Josephine Akpalu ogina simpie ni apaso a wode sansemi etudwa wo se se de ene ase tena wa atwema de no edidi yemu ansa ne etu ho na mo no ye ne so ede ha no ne kese no enso so ekoso ne senti obese se twa sempanifo hwe na ye de ani edi eche na sa ha wo yi a ene ha ye mofra ne tichi no ye betumi ahwe na ye to ose Professor Akpalu most of the time when we are talking about diabetes, we're just talking about the adult person with diabetes. We hardly ever concentrate on the children, and we know that the children are our future, and so we need to know when children are affected with diabetes. Many times in our society, for children with diabetes, the diagnosis is usually made very late. In fact, sometimes it's when they come into hospital with a complication, a very severe complication that can lead to death. That's when we make the diagnosis. And so in terms of the knowledge gap,
We have that in the population because they don't know what is going on with the child. They go from one place to the other. And then even in the hospital setting, sometimes it takes a little longer for some people to make that diagnosis. We want to create that awareness that that problem exists in children. So that is becoming more of a challenge now for our children because we don't expect them to have that.
Josephine Akpalu, one of president here with Diabetes Industry and Metabolic Society of Ghana. Ekono amo when watch no ewujumedia wo mudi yenase na Professor Francis Ofe or the physician or sanso endocrinology a specialist a wo switch na apaso a wo kasa na on the adesede e no de koma abanza abayadama won hwe na won fa eye yade a ye bekasa ye kwankra wodo ni bi no diabetes no hypertension no de ye ka ho no yempe a specialist manta mahududu sie ni nyina emu se de be ya se de ne sai ade no esi mi man hom ne so ne tete ko na nimu no yebenya safo wo ho no mo so aboa ama etumi ahwe na yabo ho ban tentem so na se de professor enso so cheche mu enie
in particular specialists and subspecialists is not an easy thing. It's not easy in the sense that we must remember the human aspect of it. They've got children. They want the children in good schools. They want good accommodation. They want good shopping facilities. They want good recreational facilities and all that. So it will all come with a general national development. And otherwise, if you need to put persons in those areas, then you've got to provide them the right incentives. So it's not a simple problem to address. So I think that all the regional capitals, 16 of them, must have a whole team of specialists who can cover the majority of diseases that we see here in the country.
Professor Francis Ofe eniete so no so de sansemi eto essential for him.
Yamfa yene nchemu wa Asante Mantam no emu na Economic and Organized Crime Office eye iyokwa ne yukopie mu hono mu a womo akire nipa 320 no no womo susu se eye dwumaku a yefre womo se eye killnet a womo ehye akire na womo ekase yebema wadwuma ye o apply we fe be wi akire no na akwadane eye human trafficking ne no womo atu won so sawa Asante Mantam a womo akokire enipa 320 a ene womo hwe ede ne magugu akwamu na ne da no womo hwe ede ato na okopie mu ewa Asante Mantam no emu a eye head of anti-human trafficking edema iyoko no eye Mr. Dominic Benson wane central for etwetwe nkomo ekirekire se de ensem no esi etie
intel, and then based on the intel we did a lot of investigations, and over time we were able to get locations where people were committing various forms of crimes in the name of killnet. So today we embarked on an operation in two separate locations in Kumasi, at Kenyase and then Eboho. And in those two locations, we apprehended 330 individuals. They were brought to the office, and then we started screening. And for our screening so far, we have 25 of them as suspects, and the remaining victims of trafficking and then recruitment scam. So we are going to keep the suspects for further screening and then investigations.
Now, Chasenya Ekotie ye head of anti-human trafficking ono ewo iyoko eye Mr. Dominic Mensa enwade enchemuwe atuja operation omoye ewa Asante Mantam no emu.
Asante Mantam hwa enano ne yete Nkrasa Environmental Protection Agency EPA wo mo boyre mu Asante memu a wo mo edu mani di niema hodo chi be kai a wo be dika de so nche ato e shamfan machine wa yetonton ene edidi dwuma hodo wo maga na munti wo mo hye dwumadi na se free ho ese companies ni bia na se dwumako ni bia tonton sa machines no Asante Mantam no wo mo to wo mo so we wo mo wiye e na fe miamia ni bi osuso se galamse no ni ade ekoso ho no wo mo yes wo mo de mani ebe kire ho ne nkra yaba ene so makodi omo dwuma yi a womo eba ena womo ebehia nkwanhia ewo kwan so nam so ema nsentwofo bi no mo womo ho aka ewo saa eye akwantuo ni mu anasa na montuo ni mu ama adwumayefo ni bi nso womo so enwe prepare kasɛn amanipo kyese reporters ni bi ya wonom ewo channel 1 TV wasantemantem womo se no mo katim ne ho adom news fo ka ho bi media general fo ya ebinum ho a womo tiri ye womo ho anka ebinum so prepare kakra ya empenifo gu so a womo ehwe womo na no pay ewo kan wasem dwumadie so wabra akra kofida kon etna se wojebre ene professor Nanama Brown Kluche Kasai wona ye kwanche for penny environmental protection agency no oda no no obisan say mame na die na siye na mo konsra hwe na fe bewi akire yes mo ka ba benya nkwanhia ma ebinum afamu prepare na sɛdeɛ osi eto ne boase a wo kyerɛkyerɛ asɛm ni mu ene de ba ye nyina no yentie bi.
The officers know what we are actually looking out for. And then at the end time at all yen. Yeah, kono. And you some ya galanty or kwan ho. And say engine na yen fresh. That quite when your man and is easy and abi. Now was site wa. No you see. And I won't say I no mujani story, sir. Justify why we have to seize our Libya. You don't do a car, hopefully, who say it's true. And conform by Mama, I can think of more body. As you send tired to up and down. A crowd to a Kasia, and yes, a diablo. A bishop, a CID, I wish a best, the actual CID, a way, and say, national security for no started to be said almost and say, we are almost only a police for. Not a police for one farm ID card, just a police for Ambra. I put a national security, my ID card again. Yes, I would dear. Omo so can't answer me, not to say, Omo Sunana, Omo man, or ever more. That a more, and the Lampere for no such as a Wellington boot. Who say more afraid no more pieba. Any motorbikes so ban so mobile no much baby the aqua young quana and go for umba house number and no mugusukra or more number no air buria dear so. Any da, this is to say, yeah, quite as I am in TSA. Or my friend from Mugal and say for no around her, every when I'm saying, wow. Or Mark Gada, I won't go to no sonti. Say now baby pet as I'm better in fact quite a fast so by a crime and for the same way and sound into a coffee doing call no thing I am free coffee was that a call round the star why could you more a samba kumase into that situation said you to another national security for no or more the America and the speed road so the mother back the woman will into the case no more quite else you didn't so any aqua. Your car's not back. Ediconia head on collision with the truck. Truck and also swagger saying you may have cried in the aqua site. Also a pipes now. The pumping, you know. Aqua site in your head on collision. And Nipa Baku 8. Or more can since you are more hospital. A doctor for no air shower. Intend that to enter my two, you know. Yeah, for a say, Galante, ya. And the could do. If you said the iron, you feel so that you share or more, or more worker at hospital. Now I said, the answer, and could be my sound. In fact,
Abushanti dia akwa kwesi no Environmental Protection Agency ya wo madwuma ayese wo behwe environment no na wo baboabo ho ba dia maye no dwuma ni bia wo mukodi no na enka enyenya me ne fafia ene enka nkrofo nam so medical tete wo nam ho azakransa ene so mudi ni mirika so a wo mudi aba be hia nkwanhia wo kwan mu nanso yegidi se wo mo prepare no a doctor fo gina wo mo so hwese wo mo ebenya apomuden
Na Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Ghana womo ene committee a wom de hwa apomde ho nsem so e wo mrahye bedwam esin konwa eto adwe ne konwa sie na kire mu na wotitinani a wono ene oda Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association ya no eye Dr. Samuel Amutobin wode tudwa se yekopie mu e wo Sahel region no emu a enura hodo a wo ma supply e de ama wom ne kamia ye se sika no ebi akamani ntom de adesade eto aban nanim se wo mre mu bi na ka akachire no wonhwe na aman no entua famsele beye beboa na wo mo nso dwumadi a wo mo edi wo my Ghana mu enura hodo mo produce no bibia etimi atoto na kwam na yentie eye Dr. Tobin wono eye president edema association no ensama wode etuja.
You want to have Ghana as a pharmaceutical hub. So then if this thing can be done, some of us that have started supplying and distributing our products to the sub-region, we expect that the monies that they owe us are so huge, which I cannot mention here. Not individuals in the country. We are talking about the governments of Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and all the sub-region, except Nigeria. So if our president or the parliament can support us in any way to get our monies, they can whisper to their colleague presidents to get our money, we'll be so grateful.
Now, Shasanya Ekotie ye president awano enwa da Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Ghana ano eye Dr. Samuel Amutobin enwa de in some way ato eye ejanenu achi no ena chairman edema eye parliament eye committee awomo ena share apomude ho nsam so eye Dr. Mark eye Ket Nawani wano so edin some way etuja.
Some few challenges, and I hope that I will sit down with government. We sit down with the sector minister and probably with our big people in Frankster House. We'll sit down with them and we'll discuss all these issues and see how best we can help him to move up both in horizontal and vertical investments.
Na Chasanya Ekotie ye eye chairman awano enwa da parliamentary eye committee awomo ene hwa pomde ho nsem so eye Dr. eye Mark Ket Nawani enwa din some way etu eja.
Abusiatie na enkomo mu ede papa Benji Estate and Investment Limited say ye ne won kasa na bronya yi wo se unya bibi ede to so hu se de be ye shafe fofo na se a na eja nkakra wato wo afa ho na wo kwa nim na wutwa blocks no wo to foundation when we ba ho so no na edan no waso ho da ya se obesie no na wasie wie na wontumi nsie edan a wabra wuni asase nye wonye nkrofo bi o mo hyehye yi ebodan no so ansa ne abehye foundation uhia asase enti omo wa asase a edayie ne border form eno omo de ma we bronya promotion Christmas promo ena omo de ema eye obibia ya utie na ose yenkanche ose Chopoli new airport city u free saglemi housing project no na wo kwa u drive kakra bi no aduru ho yo drive kakra bi no aduru na bo no 25,000 Ghana cedis per way for full kra ene atwade ama ne ho nyina no akoye state yo ye dan ye wo ho nyasem ketwa wo mo bi o shai osudoku akoso mo kwan ne so a eno so 40,000 Ghana for 44 afienya to estate ho so no 75,000 Ghana for 44 na wanya bi eno mo wo bi nso so ebe B5 company no a ne bo eco for 70,000 Ghana cedis per say unya tra Central University pa there's where do be asase no ewo na asase no 70 by 100 we Benji Estate for ena de ema wo no say promotion nyi se bia say ne bo eda form ne nkwanti ena ye promotion emum wo mo asase no ye twetwa ne yie ohu atotototo yi edi atotum akwan di atotum kama ensuo wo ho chese enkane asem kra de ne ya twetwe nkane nyina ye den edi akoho enti okwa ye besa nso achewanwea ya wo de be shase ye first project no a wo be ye ne ye chewanwea na wo de aye ache ho eye enema hudu bibi na edi aka ho na wo se do Saturday bia wo no cover station na akwakohe be bia wasase ne hu dwumadi no akwakosie wo ye deposit kakra na o ma register na afin kakra watuatua akosi sɛ obetua ebewie ho nkratasɛm nyinaa no wɔn ne wa ne bebomu na wɔn ayama wa bra enyo kapre enyo sempo bianti wo pɛ baabi ato asase ɛda yie manso national problem bi ani hɔ a Benji Estate and Investment Limited say ye ne wo enkasa na wɔn ɛmo wɔ saa kwan so nneɛma foforo ni bi a wɔn yɛ wɔyɛ building construction wɔyɛ butter train wɔyɛ land survey wɔsan so yɛ land title registration wɔn sa supply ɛyɛ building materials into to asase no a saa nneɛma wɔ nyinaa no wɔn de bɛdɔm na aboa community 25 junction wɔn goodness filling station no ɛna edi nhwɛni mu bibi ni afrɛ 0248780887 0248780887 and 0553116602 0553116602 and also with me akɔ Benji Estate wɔn website no so ɛwɔ www.benjiestate.com na wakɔ akɔhwɛ ɛho nsɛm Benji Estate or say follow your vision and own a property today. I was in a so near hotel and Rayaba. You better answer me so.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda formason ya funum emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yam nnwo no da. Se me kire onu ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture ya no mbom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho ato no dadaada. Ulcer dro de eno ne Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture.
Akom ni nkyeremu.
Ulcer ye kura eto ye funu ene ensunumu. Etuma wo ye funu ekeka wa. Wogire ho a enye. Ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie. So how eye ulcer de a compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanom bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan a woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedu mienu enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age adwadie nkrato yi atom.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to Auto Check Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to Accra.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit Auto Checks at Koforodia Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks. Check.
Auto Checks. Your safety, our priority.
Check. Auto checks. If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medjuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre, miye bosia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yemamwa kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hwehwe ya hodo bi te se dwadefo abosia, ekokro bosia, susu account. Ene da so wo savings account. Me bada chain savings account. Ene de keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422919896. Na won so wetumi aka se.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Yana se emo akwaba se waje bratwen ye na yakwaji aboafo enkrato ede abaye toa ensam no so ana ye de ni tremu ewo atoye mantam no emu na honom na nananom a womo ewo ehiem enene womo anodem se ukopiem ewo mpotam honom de a eba ne sembuntunyuma ahodo bebre na no eho akwa atwa de amom anu ntenei wode adesrade eto mpanifo ne titiri Ghana aban na afenso eye mantam no so afo honom se wontwa na ni mehwe womo project ahodo mpanifo de wonsa kan nei wato na jeje mu no wamra na wo mewie mfama on sade ebe ya wona setena mu nsanka ye bibia betimi akwa kama edi amone titiri wona kwan eho nsem adane boachi bidin na nana wono ewo ehiem eye nana eye Germany wono eno ne sentwafo ekasaye
oya na school sama sai ye kala kwana sai yan market ini market wa ha ini clinic wa ha de bibia ya basa wo kom ha nti oye March 20th ana ya gilata ko regional minister wade omo madina omo yan clinic ampa July yana regional minister omo yan approval letter sisi ano clinic no wakat soda wabo profile we se clinic no ewa ha nti me first attempt there ya clinic nti wa start with clinic school also ya start ya tunsa franco for one more him and alimpo one of the China company with a laptop desktop with am school no and Carl Kono so ye bompe na ya sempinfo Ghana mpinfo yan president ya regional minister be ishim ha sisi wa be free zone area aha na sisi an industrial no wala bapa kasa wofa ekwani do we heavy duties enti ye besa one day omo modana mu ntie hen na ye ekwani ni nimnya wonhwe na wonye market so yerba na ya beye market awa ha because ishim ha abokwasam chere ishim ha de no ye center nti in 1980s simple and now it's a Kenita Quadia. If you ask a share banching, in the share banching, Sunday market in here. Until Yabana, Yabe market no, ma with demo. And I you so a Dumasam, a company baby, and so you know, baby, one phone with Sunday.
Na chosenya ekotie ye eye wo hina wo no ewo ehiem nana eye Germany enwode ensem wei atudwa
Wo ewutu senya West Mansini Mona nanu director wonder wo ho ya Adam Salifo ene wo dia to dwase nsem bia nipa bi no kafa ne ho so wo no na akɔfa asrafo bi akosi ohini bi wo kwahia be important ho no kya no kwasem bia ni ho a wo saa ensem no emuna no nsendwefo nhia mu bi koso Alex Kwaku Donko no ho nsendwefo nhia mu na se no dia to dwase o ho no te se niema bi kokoso nsem bi kokoso wo nsendwe adwuma mu a wono mo etene sade a kyere wo no nadbo director say wono no ni asafofo bia ka bo ma wo makosi hine be ama ehun sensem bebre no aba okira sansem no ebosiremu ka oni obi ani nkosi hine enti no kwasem bia ni ho a ewo sansem ni mu ensem bi ode to dwane
2 weeks ago metie nkofofo osoma sia asem 150 cases first ku kwasha bi ho no ma sa fe pa kwasha bi mo tu so ma sia asem no ndim ko chomo ede ba breku beloko mo enunti ana Sail gas sign we no muye no on be say calm down and then on bom di na no nkun di a omoboa ene de be kwa akọ joma ma kra be ko if so for de no go see for me no mo de na soja na report be no ma twura soja for bom di say Salif Adams announce na do director no mo buy say oba be de say ye ba ahwan wa ye ba physical be che wo grounds ho ye mba ye ngosi obi bi ngochi ana no sack na ehwe na te na ye nyimvie I bet my penna, you bet on shackle.
Janti we ensem ni bi ya ewutu senya West Nadbo director Adam Salifo wade to dwa wo chese sobono a ye de ebono no enya dia no kwasem bia ewo mo na ye begina we so na ensem hodo aye bo ano ne fia da wie ye de besom se ye wi aprem to bre Kasiebo no ye de senior da mwase papa se moni ye try ye na yemfa belated happy birthday enko emfa emma Sabina owusu eje Sabina owusu eje oton vegetables any fruits I enti Sister Sabina oti enka wie ya belated happy birthday enko emfa ma why I enti yamin sha no mo hoden na wo ma enkwatenten so sanso ena maame bi a friend happy sister happy also so ya Kasiebo eni adwumadi ahodo ekoso ofidiem hade ye se enya de a wujeja ho kra bebie beba na otie akire na wo hwe enti sister happy brono no a wo so no na mrefi kakra but sister happy benim si ye ken wo hu se ye wa enti wonso ye da se brano ye Kasiebo emudumani di akire na mo hwe bi nso de my Facebook adwencha ahodo e baaye ye da mo nyina asese mboa production team no ela opoku ena fe Fred Green one any producers awie Sanso no Sofo Prince any edi woman ye cameraman awie woman so gina cameras na chia woman yi kama mama Peter ewo ho ena ohene yankasa na kisi enso so ewo MCR on the sound no pia tumu se aye kama director Raf any Abbas woman nyina so bochidom ewo MCR Lizi table one ye makeup kama pa ema ye de ebesomo ene Francis ne Samenso ni video editors a almost so boy chidom ye so say ya TVXYZ had ye the X zone and a beto so e di amamo medine ama poma checheku ewiemene
nana adwa kwa achwa
yara mwase ama munihwe ama munitia adehye